Alright, this assembly from an earlier video about disassembling it, checking all O-rings. Now we're going to reassemble the gauge assembly. Alright, got the new O-rings here. First thing we're going to do is a check valve. We're using Moly Coat 55 for grease sealant. Okay. When you put this check valve in, you tighten all the way down so it stops and back off half a turn. That's it for that. And this O-ring is good. I checked it earlier. We're going to reuse it. We're going to re-lube it. I'm going to clean the O-ring sealing surface, get the old grease out, any kind of debris, junk. Alright. Slide it in. Alright. Now we're going to put there's your gauge. I'm going to put the O-ring on that one. Alright. Goes here. I'm not sure, I don't want to crimp this when I'm putting it on. I want to see if I screw it on blind sided. I want to see if it's properly mates the O-ring. Okay, we can do that. We'll leave the O-ring on the threads when we reassemble it. So here's the old spring. I chopped off coil. Throw that out. They're good. Alright. The gauge goes on the bigger side or hole. There's a smaller, bigger. It's a gauge. So this goes on this way. This threads on to the tube. Alright. What goes in first is your spring and your gauge. Alright. So you gotta deal with the spring tension here when you're trying to thread this in. When you got it threaded in, use my hand dandy tool. Alright, you're going to tighten this down, just hand tight. Just hand tight, tool out, and gauge is in. Alright. It's easier to open, a lot easier, but I should have snipped up some more. But next time I got this apart, I'm going to take some more, another coil off that. Alright. We're gonna some more Moly Coat on there, plenty. Alright. Now you gotta look which end is which, make sure you got the right tube. I mean the front end. You got one telltale tube, and this one has two. There's the front. Alright. Screw it on. While off video, I clean up all the sharp burrs on this tube. This is my compact, so I haven't done it yet. So the key point of putting this in, you don't tighten all the way down. Your dowel pin. This bit tin is your fill probe. Hey, tighten it down. Alright. And then you get a fill probe here. Hold on a minute. Alright, fill probe. And you're just trying to put it in. As long as the larger part of the hex nut goes in past this air tube and sits in there. To me it's a little too close. You need to back it off. There. If you want it closer, just rotate it to get in the proper clearance. Alright. Also later on we'll rotate this, make sure it's up and down. The gauge symbol is up and down, not sideways. Alright. Probe off. That side's done. Now, alright, you put your new O-ring here, if it was leaking here. Oh, my alarm. Time to go to the bathroom. Never mind. Alright. And your regulator. The new O-rings here. Usually I replace one or replace both of them. Alright. First thing goes first is your regulator. Release that baby. Okay. Goes in. Usually I put it side to side. 12 to 6, 3 to 6, 3 to 9. So make sure I don't pinch anything. And slide my finger. And your spacer. And your valve. Alright. You can feel when the O-ring slides into place and it's kind of resistance. Yeah, this is only hand tight. You hand tight it in, you don't crank it or anything. Then make sure you close your drain valve. I closed it earlier, make sure. Alright. Now to me, I like to fill it. We're going to fill this right here now. Because after I fill it, I'm going to test for leak. I'll get my bottle of reach from here. Hold on a minute. See that? Alright. I have a really light spring on my main valve here. It'll leak as soon as I create enough pressure, it builds up, it's going to seal the valve. You hear whistling, pissing air. See? It stopped leaking, it's sealing. I'm slowly filling it. Alright, I think I'm going to stop right here. This is going to take a while to fill this. I don't want to make this video too long. After you fill this to about, say, 200 bar, let it sit, equalize and cool down. Then I would dunk this. I don't want to use soapy dish soap. I like to dunk it in water and check for leaks from there. Anyway, when you check for leaks on the on a gauge side, I stick a mandrel or a pencil to open this up. So water gets in here, fills it. If you see any leak from the fill section, it will leak from here. You need to keep it open. Alright, when you're done checking for leak, there's no leak, you need to dry this tube out. Alright, if you get a little foggy, a little water on your gauge, leave it open like this and let it dry out overnight, and your condensation in the gauge will eventually go away. Nothing harm done. Alright, I'm going to stop it right here. And that's about it. Replacing all the O-rings that would cause it to bleed the main pressure on the air tube. Alright, I hope this helped out. Thanks for watching.